And then imagine just a feeling that connects you with these details.
In traveling, I can find education motivational. My point of view.
Ah, so it's the only way you can see things. Okay.
On TV, he didn't buy that. He didn't buy anything like that.
So we're gonna break the ice.
L'événement, c'est bon, معلم.
A lot of people talk about what motivates them. And for me, I'm being motivated, self-motivated person. I can find motivation everywhere, even if it's not there. So for me, I can find motivation in traveling. I can find education motivational and such a things. But nothing is perfect though. I have that one thing that stopped me from doing what I want, which is the fear of failure.
Baha, what motivates you in this life?
Well, when you speak about motivation, it's a little bit complicated. I mean, you can get motivated by all sorts of things. For example, the little details in life. When you lost motivation, you just gotta keep looking at those little details, find a connection with yourself, and then imagine just a feeling that connects you with these details. After that, you'll be ready. Another thing, when all motivators just disappear and there is nothing else that can motivate you, you can create something of your own. For example, I created something for myself. It is a word, a concept. When I look at it, I get a burst of motivation. It's like I created this word and I gave it a definition. The shadow that keeps everyone's light shine brighter. And thus I call myself dope. As for what demotivates me, I really don't believe in that thing. I don't believe it actually exists, because if you are demotivated, then you're not actually alive. That's it.
So who else thinks that that is success? Good. It's part of the success, yeah. So, what if I tell you success is satisfaction? Who knows what is satisfaction? I need someone who tell me what is satisfaction. Yes? Okay, so when you work hard on something and then you get it. Okay, another definition, satisfaction. Anyone? Yes? When we love what we do. When we love what we do. Yeah, mostly yeah. Last one? Yes? Feeling good about yourself, like feeling good in your skin. Yeah. Okay. So, for me, satisfaction is when you reach that point where you stop explaining yourself to others because you know what you're doing. Why I'm telling you that? Because we live in an Algerian society, and you have to be honest about this. I'm not like stereotyping, or I'm just talking about a typical Algerian family where they tell you that success is actually getting a job, having a good salary, buying a car, buying a house, and getting married and have a children of your own, and that's it. Which is, as Mr. Rahmani said, it's part of the success. But actually, the mistake I made was following my parents' choice at university. I studied chemistry at university, and after 2 years, I found myself with, I can say it was the hardest choice I had to make in my whole life, which was quitting university. I assume that none of you here has never thought of quitting studies. Who has already thought of quitting studies? Honestly, yes. Honestly. Yeah. You did. But have you quit? I'll tell you. Okay. So, I was faced with quitting and facing the wrath, the rage of my parents. Or not quitting, but doing nothing at university. Because I was not attending classes, I didn't know my teachers. I just used to go to university and then go back home in the evening, which was quite far. I lived in Belzoar and I studied in Bordas, so sometimes I had to go back on the same day, which was like somehow tiring. Well, I had to like talk to myself, and you feel like when you ask questions to yourself, you get honest answers. And the only question I asked myself was, is it really what I want to do? I mean, do I see myself in the future maybe working in a laboratory, doing analysis or whatever, creating soap, working in cosmetics or medical? I don't care. And the answer was no. So, I quit university. Did not tell my parents, of course. They still thought I was going to university, but actually I was working. And I turned into teaching. Because, as you see, I'm speaking to you in English, and I told you that I was an English teacher, but actually I've never studied English at university or private school. It was a passion. Who said do something you love? You did? Yeah. So I quit whatever my parents were telling me to do, and I followed my passion. And there is a Chinese proverb, I don't know if it was Chinese or whatever, they said, find a job you love, and you'll never have to work for a day. Yeah. Because when you do something you love, it's like you do it with passion. You're happy doing it, so you don't feel tired, you don't get exhausted at the end of the day. So, like you're really motivated to do something. So I started teaching. I was doing this for a private school. I was not insured. I was not declared. They were paying me like super small money, and I had to move from a company to another one. And you know that when you are at work and you are not insured, if you have an accident on the way, it's on you. I mean, the school you're working at or the company you're working at is not, I mean, they don't have anything to do with you. There was a risk, but it was a risk worth taking. That was the first step. And at the end of that year, I was thinking to myself, and I was like, okay, I think I'm on the good way. I think I am somehow satisfied, but there is something missing. What was missing is like, I was thinking, I think I should not remain an employee, but I'd rather be an employee. Yes, okay, let's hear this.
Start when you were like here in the USA.
I've been to the US twice. I've never started a life.
I still have a valid visa. I can just like put your picture, give you my passport, and that's it. So why US?
Find more opportunities and to gain a lot of like,
We don't have opportunities here.
there is, but it's like short opportunities, but I own like a lot of places. I'm interested about USA, something like that.
Okay. Is it because of the country,
No, the
the
USA
culture, or the opportunities? Let's be honest on that.
the opportunities and a little bit
Beautiful chicks, yeah. Miami Beach, ocean view. Yeah, I know how it feels. Mrs. Rubra, future Mrs. Rubra.
Yes.
Money.
I mean, you should be careful with that first word because I mean, you could have went differently. So success and money. That's it. Okay. I think I asked. You said I don't know. Yeah. So you don't know yet, or you have an idea? When I was young, I wanted to become a pilot or a doctor, like 90% of the Algerians. Yeah. You don't know. Not yet. Can you share with us? Is it personal? Is it like you will become Mr. Haddad maybe? So what is it? You can't. Personal. Yeah, tell us. It's okay. We're not gonna steal it. You want to become like a lawyer? I want to become a lawyer. Don't worry. So, I insist, please. Should I go on my knees and you tell me? Okay, so she wants to work in a company and have like an important position. Yeah, multinational. General Electric. Danone or Nestle, whatever. Yeah. See guys, I mean, every person has goals and dreams. And the idea in our mind is that if you reach that goal, if you reach that objective, that is success. Trust me guys, I wanted to do a lot of things. I wanted to become a teacher. I became a teacher and I was like, no, I want more. I wanted to work in the tourism. I started as a simple ticketing agent. I sell flight tickets to people. I was like, nah, I want more. I became sales manager. I want more. And you see, like, whenever you go, whenever we have an idea, it's like you always want more. This is like the human nature. We're all Muslims, right? Hope so. So, even in the Quran, we have that the human is created greedy. Nobody is greedy. We always want more and more and more and more. Why I'm telling you this? It's like success actually is not something you would reach. This is the idea I want to get to you guys. Success is not something you would reach. You're not saying that if I will become rich, I'll be successful. If I will be CEO, I'll be successful. If I'll become a minister, I'll be successful. If I'll be president, I'll be successful. Trust me guys, you can go there, you can do it, you can reach it. Once there, you're gonna say, I want more. Because actually success is something that develops with time and something that you always do. I'll give you an example of a simple success. Can you stand up, please? Can you stand up? All of you, please. Thank you. Sit down. I'm gonna tell you why. You see what you did now, guys? There are some people out there, they're wishing they could stand up. Yeah? They could give all their money to stand up. But I can't. Because maybe their legs are cut or they're disabled. That is a super simple example of success, guys. And why I'm telling you this, because from where I started, I won't say I started from zero. Well, I still had a family that was spending on me. But my problem was like seeing my father, and my biggest fear was that I would become like him in the future. Like jobless, no insurance, no future, no money, no wife, whatever. That's the total opposite of the typical idea of success that we have in the country. So, success starts from small things. Being able to drink water is a success. Being able to wake up in the morning, go to work, yeah, being in a good shape, having friends, like eating like normal people, that is success. Because my session was how to program your mind to success, it's all in the title. Program your mind to success. Think of the simple things that you can do and that others cannot do. Start with this. Second thing, always find the positive spot and focus on it. If we turn off the room, if we turn off the lights, or in this room, can someone turn off the lights? Sorry, my sessions are always interactive like this. Can someone turn off the lights? We will not kidnap you, don't worry. I think I still have 5 minutes, right? Yeah, so look, we turned off the lights. Even if we take this board up, we still have this small light of the projector, so you can still see me. Yeah, can you see me? I know I'm almost black, but I can still appear. Yeah, turn on the light, please. So what I want to tell you is, like, even if everything goes dark, we could always find something. Even if there's like a small spark of light, it can still guide us. People in the desert in the past, they had no electricity, nothing. They had just like a small star where they knew they should take inside their sheep and cows and stuff. And when it disappears in the morning, they go out. That is the second thing. The third thing, don't be afraid of challenges, guys. Don't be afraid of something that is stopping you from reaching the other side. Because if you don't have it, okay, let's for a second imagine a life where everything is perfect, everything is easy, we can get all what we want. It would be boring. Like if we were in a classroom where everyone is a nerd, every student is perfect. I don't know, like one of us will just have a joke and throw on the teacher just to make a noise. This is it. I mean, life is all about ups and downs. It's only happens here, and you need to have what we call a growth mindset. I think I want to close my speech with a Chinese proverb, and I'm going to give you the Arabic version later. So, the Chinese proverb says, if you can do it, I can do it. If you cannot do it, I have to do it. Okay? If you can do it, I can do it. If you cannot, I have to. It's an obligation. I have to do it. The Arabic version is like a golf version. So like, if you can do it, do it. If you cannot do it, you are that. Why me? If you can't do it, I can't do it. I mean, go. I don't care. You see why? You see the difference between the two things? This is it, guys. It all happens here. So, it starts with a small idea, with a small thought, and it needs to grow bigger.
So we're gonna break the ice.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I need an answer. Come on. Good. We are very glad to have you here with us today. Thank you for coming. First of all, I want to ask you a question. Who thinks that he is a positive person or an optimist person? Okay. Who think that he can motivate others? Good. We will see that after our little game.
he didn't buy that. He didn't buy anything like that. He didn't buy what the teacher said. He didn't buy what his own mother said. He just followed his passion. He just found his seed at a young age and grew his seed, and look where he is today. Next. How do we accomplish the mission? Now, let's say that we know the seed that is inside of us. Now we want to grow the seed. How do we accomplish this mission? Accomplishing the mission. Understand this. Nothing at all is impossible in our universe. Nothing at all. I was a biologist, now I'm a politician. I'm working in diplomacy. Go 3 years back and tell me I'm going from biology to diplomacy, I would say, okay, how? I'm studying biology in باب الزوار. اللي ما يعرفش باب الزوار الله لا يعرفه بها. I'm studying biology in باب الزوار. How could you go in Algeria from a bachelor or master in biology to politics? You can't. You have to redo your baccalaureate from the beginning and then sign up for a bachelor degree and then sign up for a master degree. ويا ربي. You may do all of these and مع الأخر حبي رطبة. It's how our country works. You may have a master degree and still not find a job. Isn't that true? Yeah. So, nothing at all is impossible in our universe. I wish I had more time, I would have explained this interesting thing, but you should go research. It's called the law of attraction. It speaks about the theory of energy and how, in fact, your ideas can attract ideas, can attract events, carrément, events. So the way that you think can, in fact, attract events. I wish I had time for that, I don't know. Anyway. The second point, your mind has the power to attract events. The way you think about things, the way the mindset that you're using, the visualizing that you're doing about your objective. Wallahi, it can attract things. I tried this many times. I think you did, don't you? Yeah, he knows about the theory. I tried this many times and it works in every time, exactly as I wanted. Just read about it. If you have a copybook or something, just write it, the theory of attraction, and go read about it. It's so interesting. Third point, thinking like a scientist. If you want to be a scientist, you're gonna be thinking like a scientist and learning every little detail about science and scientists. It will eventually lead you to be a scientist, even if you're a lumber right now. You want to be a banker? Nice. Think like a banker. Learn how the bankers work. Where's the banker? The bankers. Hi, Mr. Banker. You're going to take my money. Thank you very much. You want to be a banker? You have to think like a banker. You have to learn every detail about bankers, how they think, how they act, how they do, how they speak, right? You have to learn everything about banking itself, right? And then, believe me, you're going to become a banker. You're going to attract the event. In a strange way. Who else? What do you want to become? Anyone? Can anyone answer this question? What do you want to become? Marketer. You have to think like a marketer. You have to act like a marketer. You have to know every detail about a marketer, every detail about marketing, and believe me, you're going to become a marketer. This is what we did. Did you study English in university? I'm always taking you as an example. Did you study English? I did not. I'm an English teacher too. Did you study English? Did we study English? I studied neurology, behavioral neurology. He studied chemistry. This one studied English. He's better than all of us. But chemistry, neurology, we both teach English. This is how your way of thinking is attracting events. The fourth point, life is not limited to diplomas and university degrees. This is what our society is failing to understand. وليدي طبيب، وليدي انجينير، باش نزوجوا. تتزوج على أساس الدبلومة. She's really driving us crazy. I mean, think about it. This is how it's a new system in our society that we evaluate people by it. And so if you have a diploma, if you have a license, you're a good guy. If you don't, you're a bad guy.
So, just to follow this, like, I'm getting engaged in a few months, and actually, a girl said, like, yeah, I'm afraid. Thank you. And she said, I don't have a degree, guys. I don't have a degree. University degree. Like, yeah, I'm afraid that my father would ask if you have a university degree. I'm out. If he wants that, I'm out.
Exactly. This is how we evaluate people. You not having a degree does not mean you're stupid. You having a degree does not make you smart. It makes you just have a degree. You're neither smart nor stupid, nor we can decide it by smart and stupid. And let me tell you something else. We have different kinds of smart. We have emotionally smart. We have mathematically smart. We have socially smart. And so, just because I have a license degree, I'm smart. I know guys with PhD who if you sit with them on a table, you would laugh your head off. You would laugh your head off. He can't even put a phrase together. And he has a PhD. So, you have to get away from this idea. Never evaluate yourself by the diploma you have. Never say, okay, if I don't get my license, I'm a stupid person and the whole society is gonna hate me. Let the whole society hate you, please. It's better than the whole society loving you and you being stupid. Which is better? You just merge in with the society. The brother of Gandhi, he says, it's not a sign of good psychological health to be part of a sick society. It's not part of good psychological health to be part of a sick society. Our society is not that sick, but in these corners, it is mistaken. Go out there and see for yourself. The last point, nothing will come to you easily. When you're going up a mountain, at the first phase of going up the mountain, you're gonna feel tired. You're not used to mountains, you're not used to climbing, you're not used to anything. So your legs are gonna kill you. If we say that 5 people are going up that mountain, 3 of them may say, okay, I'm too tired, this is too hard and too long, and I'm going down. It doesn't work for me. They're gonna go down, but the rest, the 2, they're gonna keep going up. But after all, when all of this finishes, the 2 are on the top, the 3 are in the bottom. It was tiring, but they ended up in the top, while the others ended up waiting for them in the bottom. These should be understood before we can move to any seed growing. Stupidity is not decided by diplomas. Thinking like the thing that you want to be like. If you want to be a banker, think like a banker. If you want to be a politician, think like a politician. A teacher, think like a teacher. Know what the teacher does, what he doesn't. How he thinks, which is important. And nothing at all is impossible in our universe. So, main points. Be very convinced that you will become what you want to be. You will. You will. I wanted to be in diplomacy. I think he knows. We were in this program in Algeria. It's called MUN. The USA, he was with us on 2016. We were in the same program. And so he knows about it. And I think Algeria Model United Nations, exactly. We were in this program, and before that program, we were simple biologists. We had no idea what we were doing. Still, we did. Still, we did. Still, he did. Still, he did. You can do it. Be very convinced that you will become what you want to be. Visualize yourself at the end of the path. The moment that you become what you want to be. If you started right now, close your eyes before you sleep and see yourself at the end of that path. And just feel the happiness of that. Feel the happiness. You want to be a banker, just close your eyes and see yourself as a banker in your bank, walking in all. And check the kind of happiness that you're gonna feel. Same for everyone. Same for everyone. Third of all, realize your uniqueness and define its field. Not the define its field. So realize what are you good at. Not what do you study. Not what do you study. What are you good at? I can be studying trade while I'm good in English. I can be studying medicine while I'm good in sociology. I can be studying psychology while I'm good with money. Try to define what exactly is the field of your uniqueness. Never allow anyone to humiliate your ambitions. Very important. Neither your parents, nor your friends, nor your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want. No one has the right to humiliate your dreams. It's my ambition. It's my seed, not yours. If you're so loser that you can't even reach it, not my problem. Get away from me and stay there. Because some people do this on purpose. Some people, for example, a friend. In fact, an ex-friend of mine, he used to tell me that I was nothing. Nothing. In fact, he was nothing. He was a total disaster. He was someone who turned out to be a drug dealer. But, you want to go for that? Parties? يدوك انت. انت يدوك. أنا بديرو بيك في قطرة. The problem is that you listen to him and you are convinced, you think he's your friend. And you think he wants you good. You're convinced. After all, you just leave your seat. You just take your seat away and say it's not a realistic one, and you just move. Throw from your back anyone who humiliates your ambitions. خياطة, حبة طيب, حبة لولي بكوزينة, حبة اللي جات. It's your ambition, it's your seed, it's your thing. No one has the right to humiliate it. Get away from those who keep telling you that you can't reach your ambition. They're telling you that because they can't do it. Can't do it. So that he do it. So he does it. You can't do it. You want to teach English? You can't do it. I'm going to teach English. Yeah, you're going to stay home. You can't do it. You have a PhD in English. You can't teach English. It's bad for you, man. Bad for your health. I can do it. This is how they function. This is how they function. This is exactly how they function. So get away from these people, even if it's your friend since 10 years. Just throw him the hell away from you. Next, please. Walk very hard in silence. Let the success make the noise. اليوم ضحت، اليوم درت، اليوم طلعت، اليوم هبطت، اليوم طلعت، اليوم درت انترفيو، اليوم رحت درت ما بيشو شنو. اللي يديروها في حياتنا نحن الكل. I just did this, I went to that, I did that, they accepted me in that, they did not in that. It says في الموضوع الفلاني, did this في الموضوع. Please be quiet. Prophet, peace be upon him, says, واستعينوا على أموركم بالسر والكتمان. Walk very hard in silence. Let the success make the noise. خليه يروح فلافي شارج يصير أستاذ. مش تقعد تفتي يا ريفيزيت. غدوة الإكزامان تاع ماركتينج. هذا خارج خارج تسيب روح قم بالجوجل. لكن تقعد في الدماغ تديز يا رب. Simplement. Walk hard in silence. Let the success make the noise. Next. Network with the people in the field of your uniqueness. If I want to teach English, I will be networking with him. I will be networking with him. I will be networking with people who teach English. If I want to be in diplomacy, I will be networking with diplomats, networking with people in the MUN, networking with those. If I want to do a drawing, if I love philosophy, for example, I will be networking with philosophers, will be networking with the Association of Philosophy in Algiers. If my ambition is chess, playing chess, I will be networking with the Federation of Chess. I will be networking with friends who play chess, networking with people on the internet. We're not in 1975, we are in 2018. Now you can network with anyone you want, anywhere you want. So network with the people in the field of your uniqueness. Learn everything about the field of your uniqueness. We already said that. Next. So here's how the process works. For the learning, what happens is your mind is right here. This is the level of energy that your mind is using on a daily basis. So the normal level would be in here. When you start learning something new, whether it is a language, whether it is something in your school, or whatever you want, the level of energy goes up to here. Because we're trying to learn a new thing. Let's take an example. Let's take driving cars. So, at the beginning, we're learning to drive. So we're concentrated on the direction. We concentrated on what it is. We concentrated on the car, on the teacher, on the tutor, on the road. So the energy is up here. Our mind is just eating energy. It wants energy to function, to know what's going on here. Now, we keep going on this road, right? Until we reach a moment where your mind says, listen, you're taking too much energy for this. You're taking the energy of the digestive system, you're taking the energy of the urinary system, the energy of the muscles. You have to stop this. I can't keep giving you energy, because then a deficit is gonna take place in the rest of the organs. So you have two choices. You stop and go back to the first level. C'est pour ça اللي يكون يتعلم يسوق وبعد يحبس في الوسط يحط لي شهرين ثلاثة يعاود يولي ما يقدرش يسوق. As if he never done anything. So you stop and you go back from the beginning, and this level goes down. Or you keep going, but you transfer to the subconscious mind. You transfer the operation from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. When you transfer any operation in here, in the subconscious mind, the energy is low. Because العقل الباطن ما يستهلكش the energy. It works by itself. It doesn't need your energy of your stomach and the energy of your muscles. It just works by itself. And so, if you take this choice, you will learn nothing. If you take the choice of, I start learning something, I'm advancing, and then I'm too tired, and I say, okay, nah, it's too tiring, I can't do this. You will go back to this point and you will do nothing. But if you keep going and you reach this point and you say, no, I will continue, you will advance in a certain way that you will be doing it here automatically, without even thinking. Now think about the first example, driving. At first we were at this level. Then we reached this one after we took the permit. And then we say, we have to go to university, we have to go to work, we can't go back there. We have to go to do our life, basically. And so what we did, we finished with that, right? Where did we end up? Now we drive. I'm thinking about my house, thinking about my work, thinking about my studies while I am driving. I'm not concentrated on driving, concentrated on my life. You are concentrated. Do you concentrate on driving when you drive? Don't you think about anything else? You do. Do you think about your family when you're driving? Things? Yeah. Why don't you make an accident when you do? Because it's not your conscious mind, it's your subconscious mind. So we think about a lot of things, but still we don't do an accident. When the light is red, we stop. When the light is green, we move, even though we're not thinking. And this is what happens. So when you learn everything about your seed, everything about your uniqueness, try to use this. Keep learning it until you get so tired, and then do not stop. Keep going until it becomes part of the subconscious mind. This is why I give one of you an equation in math or in trade. He solves it like nothing. While if I start solving it, I take 700 years to solve the same equation. Because it's your subconscious mind that is working now. You just got so used to it that your subconscious mind is the one which solved the equation. Back in 2005, I was a student, a biology student. No ambition, no dreams, nothing. Just I'm gonna finish the university and go find a lab somewhere. I even did an internship in Bainam Hospital. I was totally a biologist. I submitted to the society, submitted to the future, and said, okay, says that's it. Next. Then I joined. I said, no, I want more. I can't stay in here. I joined the Union of Students. So I became the Secretary General of the Union of Students. Then I discovered Algeria Model United Nations, which was an event about the simulation of international diplomacy thing. And so what I did, I joined there. I was the representative of Libya. This is Ashraf Bigallati. He's still my friend. He's still growing his seed too. And part of these friends, they were in the room. They just left. I would have introduced it to you. I joined the AMUN, scored the Best Delegate Award, and I thought, okay, fine, and now I get an idea. I started seeing a hope, a little light, as he said. I was seeing that light. It was an absolute dark, but still, this gave me that light. Next. The next thing, I was in Rome. I was doing another conference in international relations and politics. And I was there representing, they gave me the role of Egypt. I was representing Egypt at the subject related to the illegal immigration through the Mediterranean Sea. Next thing, my dream. I always had a dream about Lebanon and Moscow. And I never thought for a minute that I would reach this place. Never. Neither financially, no, never. Never ever. But since the universe, there is nothing impossible in that universe, out of a sudden I was stepping in the Red Square in Moscow. That moment when I did this was the happiest moment that I ever lived in my life. Not even my childhood, nothing else. This is the memory of the happiest moment in my life. All of a sudden I was in Moscow, I was given the role of North Korea. I was speaking about the North Korean nuclear program. Scored another award. Then I found myself in Tunisia. I led, here's a student of yours. Do you know this one? He's studying in this school. In fact, I'm gonna give you another one who studies in this school. Yeah, this one. I had students from this place. I was chairing the committee and I had students from this school. And those are outstanding people. You should just see them when they debate and all. It's a whole different story. Trade never stopped them from seeding growing their seed. I went to Tunisia. I chaired the committee this time. I was not a delegate, I was a chair. I chaired the committee of the Arab League, and the subject was the water security in the Middle East. Politics. I was in biology. Next. The next thing, Lebanon. The second dream. The only two dreams I had, it was Russia and Lebanon. Nothing else. I just wanted to see those places and just go home. Nothing else. I found myself in a conference, in a big conference in the Arab University of Beirut. And I was at the conference and I represented our country. And by the way, this is Egyptian. This is an Egyptian guy and the other is a Syrian guy. And we represented the country so good that those guys came to us and wanted to take a picture with the flag. So, the conclusion of all of this, basically, I discovered what I want. I discovered the seed. I kind of discovered where am I going to. I know what I want, and I'm working on that. Simply, I started growing my seed. If you started growing yours, great. If you didn't, start growing your seed today. Thank you very much.
Why did that happen? What's the reason behind such a thing to happen? What's the reason behind you not scoring well in the exam? What's the reason behind you having been dumb? What's the reason behind you being behind your friends saying something that hurt you? And then when you answer this question, you keep moving. Why did this happen? Until we reach exactly the root of the problem, and that might help us solve it. Because when we find the problem, when we define the problem, we can really find a solution. The solution comes with a second strategy, which is called design thinking. Anyone who knows about design thinking? Yes. So design thinking is the strategy we use in order to solve problems in engineering in general, but it is used right now. It's very popular in the United States and in different parts of the world in solving problems, whatever the problem is. Design thinking has actually 5 questions, but we can simplify them by saying, okay, you have a problem. The first thing you should ask yourself is still, what's the problem? Defining the problem. So ask as many questions. Try to look for the reasons. What caused the problem? Make researches about your problem. Even if it's a personal problem, if it's any type of problem, try to know as much as possible, why do you have this problem? Second, you start picking up alternatives. What are the possible answers? So with Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Hamza, you know, when Hamza was facing a challenge, that's a problem. So he needed, if we thought in a design thinking manner, we would say, what's the problem? There is something that hinders my advancement, for example. So the second question would be, what are the possible solutions? So can I go right? Can I go left? Can I move backwards? Can I ask somebody to come and push the person? Okay, so let him fall down and then I pass, I carry on directly. There are multitude of answers, possible answers. So there are alternatives. My job is to select the best one. So your job, for example, if you have a problem home or school, or even if you have a problem where you're studying, where you'll be working in future, even right now, you'd ask yourself, you'd group your team and say, okay, we have a problem right now. What's the problem first? You know, because I have figured out all along our journey, and I'm a little bit older than what you might think I am. Yes, I've been teaching for 10 years. This gives you, at university, this gives you an idea about how old I am. So this, along the way, I have figured out that most of the problems that we have are, or most of the arguments that we're having with people are because we don't know what the problem is. We're struggling, we're trying each one to express his ideas and to convince the others about his point of view, but we haven't defined what the problem is. So most of the time when you say, hey guys, hold on, what's the problem in the first place? Then you will see people, you agree about the point of view, and you're just arguing because everybody thought that the other person is kind of not on the same stance as he is, or as she is. So we need to think about what's the problem first, and then what are the possible answers. And here, one of the ways of doing that is through brainstorming. Bring a paper, jot down every single idea that comes up to your mind, and say, okay, what can I do here? Jot down every single thought, and then select, and then make the selection. If you have friends, and you do, ask them. Of course, if the problem is or may be disclosed. There are some problems that might not be disclosed. So if the problem can be disclosed, ask people, consult others. Ask them, okay, what would you do if you were in such situation? What solution would you bring forward? Because when we're not in, our ability to think is much bigger, much better than if we're in the problem. When we are in a problem, sometimes we are inhibited. We might not think of the solutions, even if the solutions are there. Sometimes you have your keys on you, and you're still looking for your keys everywhere around. But you have forgotten to look where your keys are.
So, can I ask you what's your name?
Insaf.
Insaf. Insaf, can I ask you a second question? Why do your parents named you Insaf? Because, why? They gave you this name.
Okay, because Insaf means justice, and my mother is a lawyer, so that's why.
Tinina, should I ask you why your parents gave you this name?
I don't know. It's my mother's name, Tinina, but I don't know why they
Okay. So again, Insaf, I'm back to you. How many girls you know with the name Insaf? How many? No? So, okay, she's gonna answer.
I'm the only Insaf in this.
Is there any Insaf here?
Not here.
No. Okay. Do you know why your parents give you a different name from others? Because your parents want you to have a different personality, a different life, and different goals. Imagine if we were all Insaf, having the same face as Insaf, having the same goals as Insaf, talking the same way as Insaf. A copy of Insaf, a word of copies. How that word would be? Can I have an answer?
That's all I can think of.
Another answer? You agree on boring? Okay, my friends have another answer.
I mean, who wants to live in a world of stereotypes?
So, now, being different starts from the day you were born, from the day they gave you your name. Being different is not a problem. Being different is what makes you unique. You have to be different to be. It's not to be perfect, because no one is perfect in this world, but to be amazing. So now, we're gonna pass the test. I want you to write down all your fears, all things that stops you from going. أي حاجة تحبسكم اكتبوها. Now, I'm sorry, I speak in Arabic. Now, I want you all to write down all your fears and everything that stops you from going. Write down your fears, your problems, everything. Done? Of problems. Done? Everyone with their problems? Now, I want you to turn the paper. Can I use your paper as an example? Turn it like that. Just like that. Fold it. Sorry. Fold it like that. Now, did you fold it? Now, try to hit yourself with that paper. Try to hit yourself with that paper. Try to hit that yourself. Try it, just try to hit yourself with the paper. Did that hurt you? No. I want to hear an answer. Did the paper hurt you?
Why does it come to me all the time? No, I didn't.
Because you sit in front all the time. Okay. Did the paper hurt you?
No, but if I won't hurt myself. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask the student. Did the paper hurt you?
Yeah.
Others? Did the paper hurt you? Others? I need to hear a whole answer. Did the paper hurt you? Yes or no? No. Okay. Then why you let the words inside the paper hurt you? Can anyone answer me? If the paper didn't hurt you, why do you let the words inside it hurt you?
Because it's paper.
So, tell me, why? Why do you let those words hurt you? Okay, think about that question. Now, try to put that paper in your face, like that. Face your paper like that. Yeah, face the paper to your face, like that. Now, close. Don't open. Now, can you see me? Can you see me? I'm not going to do this. Can you see me? Can you see me, guys?
No.
So why do you let the fears and the thing inside the paper stops you from seeing your goals? Just look. The idea is not that. Everything you wrote down, you wrote it by your own hands. You chose the word, you chose what to write. So why, I'm not going to do this. So why do you let those words stop you from going? Those words are just words. You don't have to let them stop you. Just keep going, keep doing whatever you want. You have something to add? Okay, now. Okay, after I finish. Okay. Now, I just want to add an idea about this event before ending it, and I'm going to add it in Arabic so everyone will get the idea. So, guys, الإيفينمون هذا احنا ما درناش جست باش نحكيو اونجلي، مش جست باش نجيبو عباد يحكيو بالانجلي، احنا الإيفينمون هذا درناه باش نوصلوا لكم ايدي هذه وش هي؟ انه في الدنيا هذه الحاجه اللي تبغي توصل لها جست برك حطها في راسك، تفوت تحطها في راسك شت انا هذاك هذاك الهدف حابه نوصل له، ما كان حتى حاجه تحبسني، انا درت في بالي ليفينمون هذا نديرو درتو، ما همتني حتى حاجه، دونك الحاجه اللي بغينا نديروها خير ودينا، دونك الدنيا هذه تخلي حتى حاجه تحبسك، تخلي حتى حد قاعد يقول لك انت فيك الناس اللي عايش تحكي فيه الميت تحكي فيه، الناس كامل تحكي في الناس، دونك دير مليح يحكيو فيك، دير مش مليح يحكيو فيك، ما ديرش قولوا ما دارش، دونك اسيو لي ماكسيموم تخلي حتى واحد يوقف في طريقكم، والحاجه اللي موست امبورتنت باللي انت believe in yourself. It's all like when you said it all starts from within. جست برك انت تحط في بالك بلي انا نوصل لهذيك البلاصه توصلها، واحد راح يحبسك.
And that day I decided that I'm going to live life for myself. I am not going to be that perfect person for someone. I am just going to take this moment and I will make it perfect for myself.
he want to add something. So, he want to play something with you before ending the event. So, guys, come.
نديروا حاجه كيف كيف وشنو تبعوا انتم تبعوا واش حنقول لي انستركسيون اللي حنديرهم تسمى كيما ندير انا عملت يا
Yes, of course.
يقعد عايش وانت خلينا نحكي والكلمتين يا رجل ديروا اقلبوا يديك حلوا يديك دوروا اليد دروات ديروا الدوائر طلع يدك خلي الدوائر تقابل وجهك حط يدك على نيف على نيف على نيف على نيف If you took a note right now جماعة كل دار هك نيفهم فجأة خلص من فجأة العالم نيفهم ليدي بارك تاع الدراري باش نغلقوا بها ليفينمون سي بون معلم تحكي معايا هكا نكملوا هكا تسكن فيك ليدي برينسيبال تاع الدراري كاع كيما راهي هي انه الكوميونيكاسيون بيناتنا وبين بعضنا كي نحكيو مع العباد مبازيه بنسبه تقريبا 55 ل 60% على واش نشوفوا سي بور سا كي قلت لكم حط يدك على نيفك تبعت له يدك ما تبعتوش كنت نحكي كي نحكي عن النبي المهم مبازيه 55% على الفيزيون واش تشوف بعينك ومن بعد عندك تقريبا 33% الى 34% مبازي على واش تسمع التون تاع الفوا الباقي كل مبازي على الهضره اللي هو اقل من 6% ل 7%. دونك اي كوميونيكاسيون حتدخل فيها اذا تبعت واحد ميساج فيسبوك قادر يفهم الميساج من فاصون اللي انت ماكش تقصدها كاع بعدها تحير المشكل وين راه شغل الميساج تاعي كان واضح كي هو نو الميساج مش واضح فهم برك ليدي ما شافكش قادر يحكي معك في التليفون يحكي معك من سيرتان فاصون وين انت تفهموا على الغالب كي هي نو البروبليم سي كو الكوميونيكاسيون ما شفتوش اي دونك 70 30 اقل من 5 الى 6 5 الى 6 Donc remember this rule when you're speaking to someone. Remember this rule when you're communicating with someone, especially when it comes about قاوش حكينا يورسيد حاب تقول لوالديك باللي انا عندي هدف مختلف على وشك حاب اعرف كيفاش تكسبليكيها كيفاش تلحقها ما تبازيش على الفكره بازي كيفاش تلحق الفكره كيفاش صوتك في الفكره كيفاش الكور تاعك كيف فونكسيوني باش ما يوليش عندك مشاكل كيما قال لك جيرل فريند وبوي فريند وما نعرف شنو نحكي في الحلقه باش تيفيتي هاد المشاكل تيفيتي المشاكل في خدمتك وفي دنيتك سي ايفيتيهم ميرسي بوكو كي جيتو هنا ميرسي بور فوتر